Out here, we'll go through the course contents that we are to cover. So, right, this is what we have. We'll be working towards building the understanding on the graphical user interface, as you can see. Right, so what we are slated to do today is we'll be working on the different graphical user interfaces of the software, typically a file, data, worksheet, maps, a format server. You'll also be working on the dashboard, story analysis, window, and help. So these are the menus that are part of this software, and we'll understand in detail how these menus work. So fine, that's the software that we have here. Right, so let us quickly import some data set. So let's click on Microsoft Excel. I'll take a simple data set for us so that it's easier for us to understand the various file menus. Okay, let us pick this simple data set, India's housing price index. So I click open here, and the file will be imported. Of course, it's processing the request. Right, so the file is imported here, and that's the sheet that we have, which is already pulled in here. I go to the worksheet and I click sheet 1. So now that is the page of Tableau software, and that is your work canvas out here. And these are your different menus that we will be discussing and working. So as we continue on that, now here we can see these are the different tables that are imported as part of the worksheet that we are working on. And these are the dimensions, these are the measures. Dimensions are generally in blue and the measures are in green. Why is that? Because generally dimensions are supposed to be of qualitative nature, and the measures are of quantitative nature. So these are some of the important differences that are applicable when we speak of dimensions and measures, or typically tables in Tableau desktop. So fine, let us click on file here. Now, what do we see here? When we click on file menu, we see new, open, close. So you can open any fresh file, or you can open a new file by clicking on this. So when you click on this, a new session will open up. A new file will also open up. If you want, you can click on open here and open any specific file that we want to work on. So let's click on open here. Right now, as we clicked on open, we go on desktop, and we have the live sessions here, Tableau desktop. Now this is the file that we had worked upon. Okay, that was a panes file that we are working on for demonstrating the how do we connect to the different file formats. So let's open this one as well. Right, so that was the new session that we had opened. But anyway, we don't need it. Yeah, this is the third session that we have opened, and out on this session, the third session that we have, we are importing the. Oops, wait, it's here. Oops, where is it? The file is not here because we had imported it from the server. Okay, fine. So let us do one thing. Let us see if you can try and connect to that server. No, we don't have the file here. Let's cancel this. Let's close this session also. We'll close this. No, let us retain this session. That is the second session that we have opened. So if we click on connect to data, we'll have to go to the SQL server, Microsoft's SQL server. Now here we have this location where from we had imported that particular file. So we should, yeah, that was the file that we had imported. Although we are still not able to find the original file out here. It is not picking this file. But okay, never mind. Let's not go to that for now. Let us stick to the current file under discussion. So, right, so this is how you open the new file, or you can open an existing file. You can save the given file and export as a version. You can also export packaged workbook. You can export as PowerPoint and show the start page. You can import a workbook also. These are some of the standard formats, standard features that you or options that you generally come across any file menu that you are working on. So there is not much of an issue on that. That is rather simple to understand. And so fine, let us check out on each of them. So if you want to export as a PowerPoint, you can export it as a PowerPoint. How do we do that? Fine, let us take a quote out here on the column. No list of column, let us take that out of the row. Okay, so these are the quarterly values that are available, and I'm dragging the city's name out here, Mumbai, and let's take Bangalore. Now here we can see this is the show me button that we have. When you click on this button here, it shows you all the different and the applicable graphs and charts that you can view on this. So let's click on this particular button. So out here we can see that the Bangalore is highlighted in the bar chart that we are seeing here is for Bangalore and Mumbai. Instead of this, let us see if we can take this. No, not this one. No. Okay, we'll take this chart only. Side by side bars is reasonable and easier for us to understand. So out here you can see that Mumbai is in what, saffron or yellow color, and this is in blue color. Now this is for what? This is quarterly data that we have. Okay. So if you want to export this as a PowerPoint file, then what we do is we click on file, we click on export as PowerPoint. Now the only problem is we don't have PowerPoint installed on this particular machine. Yeah, this particular view. Now see, it's asking you include this view. Yes. If you want, you can include specific sheets also from this workbook. Okay. So this is a sheet one that we are selecting, and we are selecting all, but we don't have, we have just prepared one single worksheet. So this sheet I'm selecting, I'm clicking export. We are saving it on the desktop, live sessions, desktop specialist day 2. And out here I'm writing this as what? Sheet 1, not sheet 1. Actually, we should have renamed the sheet, but it's okay, we'll rename it later. PPT. And what is that for? Indian housing price index. Okay, so I'm saving this here. So you have saved that particular, this particular view. We'll go to that specific location of day 2. Now out here we have it, but again, this is, we don't have PowerPoint installed. So what I'll do is I'll just copy it from my virtual machine and I'll bring it over here on the desktop here. I'll paste it over here, Control B. Let's paste it here. Oops, why is it? Oh, okay, it's not showing up because, right, we have it over here. Now, if I select this, it should open in Microsoft PowerPoint, hopefully. Now that's what we are seeing here, right? Because this is what we, now this is what we exported on the virtual machine that we are using on. And so this is the view that we exported as a PowerPoint format, and then we are able to see this particular view in the PowerPoint presentation. So this is how it works. Now this is just a small example that I showed you all, but then again, this is how you'll be working on a specific of our features or options that we have here on the file menu. So that's how you export as a PowerPoint, and you can also show the start page. You can also share it. If you click on share, it will ask you the specific server where you can go and connect, and then you can upload that particular file, or you can share that particular view or worksheet also for that matter. But okay, we are not doing this right now from the demonstration perspective because there are other menus also that we need to look into. But so this is how you'll be able to share it. Now, if you want to connect on Tableau, quick connect, you can connect on Tableau online. It will take you to the Tableau's cloud server online, and then you can share your particular file, or for that matter, any particular view, worksheet, dashboard, or even the storyboard. Fine, so I'll cancel it here for now. And then thereafter, we go for importing a workbook. You can import a workbook if you click on here, import a workbook. Now we don't have that workbook out here because, as I said, that workbook we have already imported it from the server and it is not able to connect it. So we'll prepare a couple of additional workbooks, and then again we'll come back to this feature. Thereafter, we have page setup, print to PDF format. So we don't have the PDF installer here either. You can work on the workbook locale and the repository location. So if you click on repository location, what happens is you can provide a particular folder here. Which folder do you want to connect to? So these are the folders that are default prepared in my Tableau repository. You can also create your own folder and you can import any. You can save your files and things like that in particular folder of the Tableau's repository. So you can select any folder here. Select the folder. Selected folder is not valid because it's within the existing Tableau repository. Specify a different folder. So you may have to prepare your own folder and then you can open that particular repository location also. So these are the different features that are part of the file menu that we have. Most of these are regular feature. You open, you save it, you take an exit, you close it, you can take the print. So these features are always going to be standard of whichever format or whichever file whichever software you work upon. So that is one thing, and then that is followed by data menu. So when we click on new data source, okay, so it brings us on this particular page. This particular page is much the same page that shows up when a Tableau desktop is loaded. And then after coming on this particular page, you can decide as to do you want to import a particular file from your local machine, or you wish to do so from a server, or from any saved data sources. So this is the data source that you can connect to. The data sources where you can connect to. So, and then there are additional features also. You can paste it. Now we had executed this feature. I showed it to you all. When you're connected to any external link or any web link, and if you want to copy the data from there, you copy it from there. You come on this and you simply select paste. So when you're doing so, this particular button will be activated. The paste will be activated. And so when you click on it, it will be pasting over here in this sheet or any other sheet that you want to paste it on. And then these are about blending you can edit and blend the relationships. And yes, you can replace the data sources also. So these are the features that are available as part of the data menu. And thereafter on the worksheet. Now this is the most important worksheet, dashboard, story, analysis. These are some of the most important menus that I consider. It's particular so because they are very feature rich and they actually influence the way you can work on your worksheets out here. So let us click on the worksheet here. And when you click on new worksheet, a new worksheet will be created over here. Suppose I click on the new worksheet. So after you can read, you can see that at the bottom corner, center corner, you can at the bottom at the corner, you can see this is sheet 2 that we created after we clicked on this particular new worksheet button. Then there are actions. You can also copy, export, and clear. And these are the additional features. So let's go back to sheet 1. Click on worksheet. We can see we can copy this as an image, as a data, as a cross tab. Also, we can export this as an image file, as a data file, cross tab to Excel. And we can clear the sheet. We can format it, access ranges. You can add filters. Suppose if I wish to export this as an image file, so what I do is I'll export image. So these are the settings, default settings that are already there. And these are the image options. If you want, you can change the image options, whichever way you would like to. I'm going to stick with the default format, and I'm just clicking save. Come on, yeah, that's day 1 and live sessions. Yeah, that's day 2, and I'm saving it as what, sheet 1. As in India housing price index. That's the image that I'm saving it as. I click save it. Again, only concern is we might not have a PNG format installed here. So oh yes, it is. Very good. So let's double click on that. right? So this is how you're exporting it as an image file. We also saw that we can also export the same as a PowerPoint file. And now we exported it as an image file. So that's it. So fine, let's close this window. Coming back on, wait, let's close this. No, I don't want any changes here. Right, and then thereafter, what next? After this, click on worksheet again. These are actions. What are the actions you would like to set on this particular worksheet? Those you can set here for this workbook or for this worksheet, and you can name the action here. You can add an action. You want to highlight, you can add highlighter. You can go to the URL. You can go to the sheet, change parameter, change set values for this particular sheet. Suppose if we select it as a go to URL, okay. So it is asking us name the hyperlink. Now we have not created any specific hyperlink, okay. But suppose if you add hyperlink 1, let's say, suppose that is what then I'm selecting insert. Insert what? You can insert any of these. So let us select Mumbai, okay, and which is the source sheet. This is the source sheet, which means in sheet 1, Indian Housing Price Index, we are adding this, and then you can add the URL if you want. So let us take any here. We do not have any dedicated URL that we can add here. Then let's write www. Data values. If you click here, you can add encode the data values that URLs do not support. So these are the options that are available over here. Depending upon your choice, you can select them. Then I click OK. So this is how it will appear on this sheet, and I click OK. Anyway, so this is how your worksheet actions look like, and then you can also add a tooltip. So if you add a tooltip here, it will tell you what all the data tools that you want to add, the tip you want to add here. This is the standard format that we have here. You can also show the tooltips, responsive show tooltips instantly, or hover. You can hover over them, that's fine. You can include the command buttons. You can also allow the selection by category. So this is how you can work towards editing the tooltip. And then on the worksheet, we have what? On the worksheet, yeah, we can show the title, we can show the caption if you want, we can show the summary, show cards. Let's click on cards. So these are the different cards that are available out here that you see here as column shelf. If I click on show cards and I deselect column shelves, yeah, it disappears from here as you can see it. Again, let's go back on worksheet. Come back here on show cards. Now, if I click on this columns shelf, so it will appear over here. So I click on show cards here, columns shelf, and there the columns shelf is back. So this is what we have for the for cards. You can also decide as to which all toolbars do you want to have. Generally, we keep the automatic settings so that, like, everything is visible on the default setting. You can also show the sort controls. The sort controls are also available. You can describe the sheet. So let's click on describe sheet. So when you ask for the description of the sheet, what is it showing us? It's showing us Bangalore and Mumbai for each quarter. Color details show about Bangalore and Mumbai. So it's very specific, like, it is telling you in terms of colors. What are the different shells that we have used? Well, we used rows, columns, filters, and color. You come back here. We use the filters also we have used here. The colors also we have used. And the measure names, these are the measure names. Quarter has how many? 46 members are there on this sheet, which means the quarter, this particular dimension that we have here, quarter, how many members does it have? There are 46 members, which means there are 46 rows which are part of the quarter dimension. And then it is also set an internal range default in terms of the measure values from 90.6 to 333.7.